I'm gonna start waving at some people. SBS Shorty, what's up, my brother? Love your sound system. Ali Cat, what's going on? My homies, going live for a minute. I was supposed to be having a guest today for Sunset Sessions, but the guest was Asin, and he couldn't make it today because he was had a work emergency. So I've just come on by myself just to say hi. Parlez-vous? What's up? How are you doing? Hello there. If anyone wants to chat a while, just let me know. I'm here for a while. As I said, my guest isn't available this week, so it's just going to be me, and I'm going to talk about a few things to do with Tambor. What's up, Jaya? I'm going to send you a wave. We're also live on YouTube and Facebook right now, so you can. Yes, I would love to come back to Los Angeles at some point. No plans at the moment, but yes, I'm going to work on it. I love it out there. Great crowd. What's up, Jaya? I see you getting into DJing, Jaya. So I'm talking about the next Tambor party, which is going to be on August the 17th at Future Atlanta, and it's the official 15-year anniversary party. Yeah, that's right. It's going to be official 15 years of Tambor. So this is going to be a great party. We haven't even started selling tickets yet, so this is new information. That's around your birthday, huh? Okay, that's great. Yes, well, I'll catch you next time, parlez-vous. 15 years, Jaya, can you believe it? Jaya was one of these people that was on with Tambor from the early days, the very early days. And I can't believe it's been 15 years. 15 years of Tambor. It's been a labor of love. I would like to say that it's all about fast cars, drugs, and women, but really it isn't. Really, it's about hard work, lots of promotion, lots of dealing with DJs, DJs and guests and venues and people's issues. So I have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the Tambor party and putting on events for the last 15 years. It's been it's been great. It's opened up my life for me, and so I'm excited to celebrate the 15 years of Tambor. Our last party was June the 1st, which was great. It was a really good party. We had a nice crowd of great people there. So I'm excited to carry on this legacy of Tambor. And what else am I going to talk about with Tambor? Well, the theme for this party, the next party on August the 17th, is freedom. So freedom is something that I chose for the theme for Tambor. And with freedom, it's something that's very close to me because freedom is something that I had to experience with Tambor, and doing Tambor for 15 years, it allowed me to be free. Being with Tambor, it allowed me to do things that I don't think I would necessarily have done. So I've experienced freedom over the last 15 years, and freedom in life, freedom in work, because I used to work in corporate America, and gave all that up in 2017. Gave up working in corporate to concentrate on music, concentrate on Tambor. So Tambor gave me the freedom to leave the corporate lifestyle, leave that safety net, and to really go about the life I really wanted to live. Freedom in music. I haven't followed the usual path of music in house. I've always played the Afro house sound. And some people have said to me that that's not house. Why are you doing that? Why don't you just stick to house? And I've said no. I've stuck to my guns and experienced freedom with my music. Okay, and it's also given me music freedom in my spirituality. My spirituality is something that's very important to me, and it's a daily practice. And giving up corporate allowed me to have more time, especially in the mornings, to concentrate on spirituality, to concentrate on meditation, to concentrate on prayer, to concentrate on journaling, and really digging deep into my life and finding out what it is that makes me tick, and what it is that gives me the inspiration and the energy to keep going. And that's a journey, a personal journey for me, and Tambor has given me the freedom for that. So freedom is very important to me, and so this party coming up on August 17th is it's something close to my heart. My music selection will be music from across the 15 years. So I'm looking forward to that as well, digging out all those old gems that I played back in 2009 and leading up to present day. So it's going to be a great party. RB Music, how you doing? DJ Red Wine, how you doing? There's people dropping in. How you guys doing? Any questions? If you got any questions, just feel free to ask me a question. As I said before, I'm supposed to have a guest here, but he couldn't make it today. He had an emergency at work, so it's just me for a minute, just on here, just chatting it up. Love to chat with someone if they want to ask me a question or they want to jump on live with me. I would love to. Don't know if any of you have seen, but we also have a new line of shirts coming out that are already out for the 15-year anniversary. They're on the website, tamborparty.com/shop. Okay, so you can check out the new shirts, the new line of shirts. And if you're in Atlanta, I'm going to be at Frisky Whisker this weekend, this Saturday. I'm going to be on at 1 a.m. doing a 3-hour set. So I finish at 4 a.m. And I'm looking forward to that. It's downtown Atlanta, Frisky Whisker. Looking forward to that. And the week after that, I'll be doing a slot at a DJ set at Soul Dance. So go to souldance.com. You check it out. No questions, huh? That's fine. So I'm going to jump off. Just wanted to come on and say hi and just let you all know that we won't be having a guest this week. So I'll be sure to catch you next week. Samba, what's going on? Haven't seen you in so long. Hope all is well, brother. I'm just jumping off. So Peace and love to everyone. I hope everyone keeps well. And just telling you about the Tambor party on August the 17th. It's going to be the official Tambor party, 15-year anniversary. RBR music. Thoughts on Afro House? How do you mean? What thoughts? Is it maintaining? Is it going to last? Is that what you mean? And how it's evolved to more tech? I mean, that's a good question. I think it's. I don't know if you've seen the post by Bodhisattva lately, and he's been, basically saying that there isn't much creativity going on with Afro House and Afro Tech these days. I agree with him somewhat. I think that it's becoming very easy to make music. So people aren't being as creative. They're following the patterns and templates of what's worked with other artists, and they're copying that and trying to make it special. But it's pretty much the same. Once you hear one Afro tech track, you've heard 6 or 7 other tracks that are current at that time. So I somewhat agree with him that there's no originality within the genre. But at the same time, if you dig deep within the crates, there's some really good music out there. And as I said before, I still play Afro House, but I don't just play what everyone else is playing. I try and diversify in so much with just finding original music and really funky, jumpy Afro house that makes people of all ages, of all backgrounds want to dance to it. There's people who will say, thanks for agreeing with me, by the way. But there's some people who just turn, a blind eye to Afro house because they think it's all techno sounding, and really it isn't. Really there's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, music that Themba's making, Cairo, who else? Shimza. Some of Shimza's stuff is pretty good as well. Those are the bigger names. But there's some really good stuff out there, and it doesn't have to be really hard tech. And I don't play really hard Afro tech. Yes, there's definitely a difference between Afro house and Afro tech. Definitely, Afro house is more musical. It has more chords in it. It has more instrumentation in it. You could have guitars, more melodic instrumentation in Afro house, whereas Afro tech leans more towards a harder techno sound with some Afro vocals, and Afro tech is really techno with Afro vocals and a bit more percussion in it. Sometimes I would actually go to the progressive. I know you're on Track Source, RBR Music. I sometimes go to the progressive genre because there's some really good Afro sounding music in there that's classed as progressive, but to me it's really good. Like Horizon Red, for example. Horizon Red, it's a big track, really good music, and it was in a progressive genre. It wasn't in Afro, Well, I'm going to be putting this. This is going to be up on the Tambor Party Instagram, so you can always play it back, You can always play it back and download it and stuff. I'll share it with you if you like, but you can always play it back. Yeah. Yeah, yes. Please check out the genre. I mean, Afro House is in fact, I'm going to be a bit controversial in what I'm saying now, in saying that uh, the really good Afro House doesn't get as much um, exposure as Afro Tech and other genres of on track source, especially, and Beatport. It's always lower down in the charts in terms of closer to 100, not closer to one. Um, Yaquan, nice to see you. We're talking about Afro House and Afro Tech. If you've got any questions, just jump in. Yeah. So the Afro House, the really good stuff, doesn't get as much exposure as Afro Tech. I think because some DJs are playing more Afro Tech, that they feel that it's more popular, but it's not. In my opinion, it's not as good music. So, and exactly, that exactly can be by design, you know, um, because they want to make sales and they feel that that's a better way of making sales. But really, you're sacrificing the music. I don't know if you guys check out the deep house genre as well. Scrub through, as I said, scrub through deep house genre on Traxsource because there's some gems in there that are very much Afro sounding that you can find, and I find a lot of music in deep house. It's out of the top 100, I'll probably find about 3 or 4 tracks that I feel are really good for me that I can play. But then I'll have to go into the new release for that week, and could be like 400, 500 tracks that you have to comb through to get just like 10 good tracks. Afro sounding, really well produced, musical tracks. So they're out there, but you just really have to look for them. It's like I don't know if you remember back in the day when the South African Afro sound was first coming out. There was a website called Aphrodisia MP3, and there was a lot of good music on there as well, but there was a lot of music that wasn't that good. Back in the day, this was about 2007, 2008. Again, you had to go through that site and just find all the gems in there. And there was plenty of gems in there, that I still play to this day. Early Black Coffee stuff, early Black Motion, Kulo de Song, all that kind of stuff is really, really good stuff that was out there, So yeah. What's your view on Afro House and Afro Tech? RBR music. Do you have a view on that? Yeah, exactly. Okay, great. Yeah, I mean, we need more promoters. We need more DJs. I mean, it's very easy for people to DJ these days. Um, Technology has made it very easy for people to DJ, which is good. But I think what comes along with that is maybe it's too easy because the culture of actually DJing, I think, is being lost. And I think okay, I hear you. Yeah, the culture of DJing is being lost because it is easy, and I'm not sure if people are really getting into the whole culture of DJing as much as we had to back in the day. because it was an expense. Okay, big deep underground house head. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. Check out some Afro house. You'll probably find some really good joints in there that you can really get into. Yeah, yeah. Any of you guys DJ? Do any of you DJ? Yaquan, do you DJ? Great. Yeah, yeah. I know you do RBR music. Yeah, yeah. And it's one thing that seems to be lacking a lot with DJing these days is the attention to sound quality, and it's something that's people people more interested in just playing the music as opposed to how it sounds, and it's really important that we start getting back into the whole thing about making sure sound quality is there, and whenever I play out, whenever I do Tambor parties, I get there early, couple of hours early. Yeah. So, Juan, you've been in the game since the '80s, so you must know exactly what I'm talking about. You get to the venue early and you check out the sound, make sure it's sounding good, tune it up. Go on the graphic and make sure that it's sounding good for all your best tracks. Play your best tracks first. Before anyone gets there, the tracks that are going to hit on the night, and tune the system to those tracks, and once you do that, then everything through the night should be a breeze. Get your levels right, make sure you're not going in the red, keeping the in the yellow or even the green. But to do that, you do need a good sound system, to be keeping on your mixer in those low levels. Sound check is key. That's right. You've got to have a sound check. Love to you as well, Honey Combination. How are you doing? Mr. Josh, how you doing, brother? We're talking about house music. We're talking about Afro house. We're talking about sound. And just to touch, one of my best, and I'm not just saying this because Josh Milan's on the line, but one of my best parties was, I know you're beautiful, brother, was with Josh. And when he came and we played at Tambor Party, and we played at the Sound Table in Atlanta. It was in the side room. And I think it was December. And Josh actually killed it. I mean, he was sweating on the first record, Josh. You were sweating on the first record. It was great. It was such a good party. I was actually going through those pictures last week. So, and I'm going to be posting those pictures up because every Thursday we had a ball. That's right. Yes, we did. Every Thursday I'll put a different party up and just reliving those good times. And I'm gonna post up that party. Yeah, yeah. It was a good time, brother. Really good. And so much respect for you, Josh, and everything that you've done for house music. The energy and the creativity that you've put into your music, and you've really helped keep the soulful house genre going. Big ups to my man Tyrone Francis, who's just jumped in. Tyrone is another person who played at Tambor a few times. Always does an amazing job when he comes on at Tambor. I mean, Tyrone's always one of those people that always does a good job when he DJs. So, Curious about process for selecting tracks for a gig party. Much love to you as well, Josh. I will speak to you soon. Happy birthday again. I'll give you a shout. Yeah, well, when I select music for a gig or a party, I I always try and put myself in the room before I'm there, if that makes sense. So I'll take I'll just sit down with my music that I've been playing over some time. I'll be choosing some new music as well. I'll be choosing some music that um, I know always works, and then I create a folder for that gig. And what I try and do is, I do my background on the crowd. So for example, in July, I'm doing a gig in in Baltimore. Okay, never played this party before. I played in Baltimore before, but never played this party before. So I've done some research on the crowd and on the other DJs that are playing. That's so key as well. So who are the supporting DJs? I'll stalk them a bit on social media. I'll listen to their mixes because they're local guys, and so the crowd will most probably be from that type of genre that the local guys are DJing from as well. So I'll follow. I'll have a look and listen to what they're playing, what type of people they are, what their lifestyles are like, and then I'll sit down and I'll somewhat picture the room, and from there I come up with I select music in my crate for that night, and I don't necessarily stick to that. I will have, for example, if I have a folder called Baltimore, I would have subfolders, and the subfolders are Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, Plan D. So I will have my main playlist of what is Stan Zeff and what I play. Okay, and then I'll have like a soulful folder or a harder folder, maybe a techno folder, and then what I call a go-to folder. All the somewhat classic tracks that I'll have. If the crowd aren't really digging what Stan Zeff really is, then I can jump into the go-to folder. That's why I call it. And then I've got another folder called End. For the end of the night, where I've got some obscure, off the wall, maybe some disco, maybe some funk, James Brown, Brass Construction, Chaka Khan. So, I just throw some stuff in there, that I would like to play, my personal stuff that I would like to play at the end of the night, So, but my main folder is called Set, and that is me. That is what I would like to play when I go out, and that's what I try and stick to. But if it's not working, then I can jump in soulful. I can jump in my go-to classics that I call classics, which are popular Afro house or soulful house tracks that I'll jump into. Yeah. Does that make sense? RBR Music. UNIOV, how you doing? Aboro Aboye. Hope all is well. Does that make sense? And it works for me. That really works for me in terms of how I approach each event. But as I say, whether it's whatever the event is, whether it's outside, inside, a tent or whatever festival, I always sit down and I picture myself there. And I may never have been there before, but I picture myself there, and so I spiritually arrive there before I actually get there. Yeah. Anything else? I'm letting you into what goes on in my mind right now. I think I might have talked enough. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Thanks everyone for joining, and we will be back for Sunset Sessions next Thursday at 7 p.m. And hope to see you there. Don't forget, this is every Thursday, and we will have a special guest next Thursday. It may be a scene, it may be someone else, but it's usually someone who's been to Tambor Party a few times, and we talk about their experiences with Tambor, what they think about it, and from there we talk about what makes them so special and what they do in the music scene or whatever they do in their lives, and we talk to them about what's going on. Thanks very much for everyone. RBR Music. Thank you very much. I will see you next week. If you've got any questions, just drop me a DM. Love to hear from you. Peace and love. You're most welcome. Oh shit.